Hello friends, I'm Audrey Tang, Taiwan's Digital Minister. I'm really happy to be here virtually to share with you some thoughts about democracy in Taiwan. People often ask me about the future of democracy. To me, democracy's future is based on the culture of listening at scale. In Taiwan, we don't have a legacy system, so to speak, of representative democracy. Our first presidential election was in 1996. That means we can experiment with new modes of democracy as opposed to uploading just 3 bits every 4 years. It's called voting. As our Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, president, said in her inauguration 4 years ago, she said, before, democracy was seen as showdown between opposing values, but now democracy must become a conversation between many diverse values. At a time when the world is rethinking basic elements of governance, Taiwan's digital democracy, in which the people take the initiative and the government respond in the here and now, can serve as a demonstration of new forms of co-creation. In Taiwan, what we're doing is we're bringing technology to where people are instead of asking people to come to technology. With broadband as a human right, anywhere in Taiwan, even on the top of Yushan, that's almost 4,000 meters high, you have 10 megabits per second. And if you don't, it's my fault personally. And it's very affordable too, just at $16 per month. So everybody can voice their opinions and more crucially, participate in the collective sense-making that is participatory journalism, which we teach from the first year of primary school. So it's about listening, it's about trust. It's about government trusting the people without requiring the people to trust back. All the digital technology here amplifies the face-to-face meeting rather than supplements the face-to-face meeting and bring people to the digital space. We don't do that. We do face-to-face listening and amplify this experience to more people. And people also ask me not only about the pandemic, but also about the infodemic. Indeed, we live in dangerous times. As the authoritarianism is threatening global freedom with intentional disinformation that causes public harm. We cannot stand idly by in the face of this threat. We must take collective action. That's just what the doctor ordered. And so, although the 21st century tools are now being used by authoritarian regimes to monitor their surveillance, capitalism and statism, we're making sure that in Taiwan, instead of making people transparent to the state, we're making the state transparent to the people. So we can understand the why of policy making, not just the what of the policies. And we have seen the transparency and trust. These are the key factors that is behind our successful counter-coronavirus strategy as well. We outperform our authoritarian neighbors, namely the PRC, because the characteristic of a democratic society are openness and transparency, which provides public access to real-time information. For example, the Taiwanese government and the social sector digital community through public national health insurance data, we release it every 30 seconds on the, for example, the PPE mask availability and so on, so that on this online mask and supply and the demand information platform, hundreds of applications can show people where the PPEs are, and we co-create the distribution along with the civil society's input. In addition, the Taiwan government has also been working with the private sector to implement an online ordering mechanism called the e-mask that people can pick up those PPEs from the 24-hour operating convenience stores. This tri-sectoral collaboration actually shows that we can build trustworthiness over time and overcome the challenges like the COVID, and also which is totally different from the authoritarian top-down, lockdown, take-down way of working. Necessity is the mother of invention. We took this proverb to heart when creating the Taiwan model, which shows the effectiveness of an all-hands-on-deck approach in combating coronavirus and in defending democracy. Collaboration, friendship, support, transparency, and trust. These are our watchwords. These are also the foundation on which that all segments of society are pulling together and sacrificing for the greater good. Lives are saved. Opportunities created for dialogue and civic engagement. This strengthens the social sector and puts us in good stead in emerging from this crisis, shipshape and Bristol fashion. Friends, your decision on this occasion means something. It means that you have opted to take responsibility for our future. You have opted to be an active participant in building an active world. As our president, Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, who once said to our annual presidential hackathon winners, she said, "Do it bravely, dare to make mistakes." As you embark on building a brighter future for democracy, I encourage you to keep the spirit in mind as a way to meet the public's needs. Finally, as a fellow developer in digital democracy, here's my call to action to you. When we see the Internet of Things, let's make it the Internet of Beings. When we see virtual reality, let's make it a shared reality. When we see machine learning, let's make it collaborative learning. When we see user experience, let's make it about human experience. And whenever we hear the singularity is near, let us always remember the plurality is here. Thank you for listening. Live long and prosper.